I missed about like 15 minutes. I'm pissed. I didn't do that. Pain.
What they're used for.
Whatever.
Full number of buildings.
I wouldn't call them denizens. Maybe that's a bit too on the nose.
Folks that live here. I don't know.
And are we hosting the cafe again in Redwall, or are we hosting it here?
Oh no, we'll still be in the Adventurers Guild. We don't want to try to shake things up, and there was unfortunately nothing else that had quite enough space for us. So.
Yeah, that is most definitely right.
Yeah, considering the amount of people that was there, and you were still overflowing, I don't doubt that.
Yes. Greetings.
Yes, these are some of the people from the Maid Cafe in Redwall that opened up recently, or well, temporarily opened up.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Good day.
Pleasure.
Indeed.
Pleasant to see you again.
Yes, I believe we interacted during the crisis at least a little bit. So.
Partially, yes. Yes. I guess some level of introduction. Go ahead.
Yes, please.
No, go ahead.
No, please. Introductions are always good.
No. My name is Rem X, but most people call me Rem. It's a pleasure. You're yourself, Aather. Swell. Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Mio. Some people call me Mo, though.
Mm.
And this is Mutt.
It's a pleasure all the same. Buddy?
That's rude.
Is that it?
This is Mutt. That's his name.
Oh, Mutt.
Yes.
That is such an unfortunate name.
It's not unfortunate.
Oh, but still.
Well, it seemed fitting, given the... Anyways, continuing on. Shall we?
You take care.
So, here we have the center of town. A nice big fountain.
Yep.
Most activity will center around here to some capacity.
The
There's
red
plenty of
building
people
that you
around.
just passed also was the tailor's shop.
Yes, indeed. Over here, this is the winery, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes. Then we have the Tempest Knights, which are a group that helps protect the area. I think actually the fellow with the metal arm, he's part of them, right?
Yes, I do believe that he is
That's right.
either a higher up or a leader of the sorts. Yes.
Yes, yes. The fellow that passed us with the metal arm, he's one of the main knights there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find a number of people around the area that belong to them. I've seen them from various comings and goings. Over here we have the tavern, one of the places that we considered attempting to host the cafe at, but unfortunately the space was not quite conducive to it. Not without extensive sound magic that was going to be probably too taxing. So I think the best way to do this is we shall go this way, loop around the east and come back, and then we'll go to the rest. So follow me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hole. Nothing.
Of our guests over there.
Yeah. That building is the Healers Guild. If you do get injured, that's... Yes.
If you are ever injured in any capacity, you are free to come over here, and there are many great healers that will assist you.
Such as myself.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And if you have any worry of affinity clashes, they have healers that are capable in many different arts, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Apparently there is a warning of goose activity.
There was a
Not
goose,
quite sure.
from what I remember. I don't remember much. I wasn't there for it, but...
Goose?
yeah. They've...
Yes,
one
that's
goblin.
They have...
Oh.
Yeah, they have, I think, solved it for the most part, but, yeah.
Yes. We won't go up there, but that is the dock for the airships. It's one of the primary methods of travel around the area if the Nexus is not being used, and sometimes when the Nexus is not available, it's quite indispensable. Here. Pardon me, what?
Do be careful, this bridge has been broken and refitted a few times.
Yes, indeed. I don't quite recall what this building is.
This is what
I
from what
believe it's related to
the
one
hookah
of our
lounge.
guests was a proprietor of one of this building. I just forget the name of it.
Yeah, the name of it, but
I put a
they
poster up, and they were complaining about it.
yeah, there is a lounge upstairs in that building, but it's all that I really
Here
know.
we have the post office for the mail team.
Yes.
Quite capable.
If you saw the little carrot-looking person in the maid dress who helped you advertise, he runs this place. His name is Carrot. He's quite lovely.
Indeed.
Oh.
Very effective. Over here we have the training grounds, capable of doing basically combat or practice
Mhm.
you should wish, whether it be against dummies, against each other. We have, usually you can see a number of different folks around. My familiar seems to be causing trouble once again.
Yes. Yeah. You may also notice in
Stop
the
running off away from me.
You may also notice in one of the very far corners there's like an extra little beacon. That's because that was one of the few beacons that we put around the island to try to maintain the barrier, so that way we don't have snow piling up and having us fall out of the sky.
Yes, I actually participated in, over there, I participated in assisting with the,
I did as
construction of the
well.
barrier, which was, oh, that
It
was
was-
a tiring day, wasn't it?
Oh yes, very much so. Took a very
Oh,
nice cat nap
yes, yes.
afterwards. Anyway.
Oh, yes, that's why I knew him. Yes, he was heading the ritual. That's right, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. But yes, other than that, very good place to just relax. We have obviously some more cozy accommodations, but if you wish to ever learn combat, this is the place to do so. Continuing. Good day.
Yes, there are.
Yes, I believe I saw the
There's some
gentleman with
people
the
in the
metal
combat
arm.
area.
Schleim is over there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw somebody that their name escapes me. I think
The one with the
he was in
broken
the name or
halo.
something. Yes, I think he was also there. Over there as
Yeah.
well.
A few people. Why? Are you
I
looking for
saw-
anyone
let me see,
specific?
I think just trying to think. A moment. I don't know if I recognize that one.
Are you looking for anyone specific? Is that why you're asking?
Understandable. No, I'm just looking for people.
Okay.
But thank you.
Like
Have a
people to
wonderful
do
day.
something.
No, I'm just bored.
Yeah.
You're welcome to join us for the tour if you like.
I'm gonna go see who's over there first.
All right.
That's perfectly fine. Enjoy.
It's some of the Tempest Knights, as far as I know, and that blocky-looking fellow.
Blocky?
The one with the halo
Well, I mean,
and
that's
the
the best way
horn.
to describe him.
You're not wrong.
Primron?
Yes.
I
Grimron.
didn't catch his name, so.
I saw him getting beaten up by a blind man.
All
I want to see this. Okay.
For fun.
Excuse me.
right. Okay.
Another memorial. So do you know the story behind the purpose? It was never told.
Never heard of it, a thing.
Neither was I.
Mayhaps we can ask one of those Tempest fellows to explain sometime.
Oh.
Over here, we have the forges with the crafters area. This is where a number of the blacksmiths and whatnot work. There's a very, very kind fellow that I've interacted with a number of times who was willing to assist us with our final acquisition. Oh, there he is right now. He seems busy, though, so let's not bother him for the moment.
He's apparently working on
Actually-
a new experiment.
Greetings. Oh, I was just going to let you know your concerns of trying to get our funding to get home are are taking care of the cafe today.
Okay, we were both thinking of two entirely different things because
we
I was.
are?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hmm.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. I'm just currently.
Your whole body looking at me.
Well, yes, because your eye is very interesting to me. But
I see.
more than that, I'm just here calling around with the maids from the maid cafe. It was rather lovely, despite how short the experience was, because I got there a little late. But I feel very invigorated because of it. So. Oh, yes. Also, there might be, there was a maid cafe in Redwall today. They had just closed up shop. Do be aware, there might be a little bit of some extra blood in the Healers Guild if it hasn't already been cleaned up, because there was some people that came from a little bit of an, well, it wasn't a lot, it was just some people that came from an orc raid, so I had to kind of do some emergency healing because I was the only one here. So... They're fine. Yeah. What? It wasn't at Redwall. They just came from a different place. I don't know where. Anyway. Sorry. I can't. Yeah. But I will process paperwork when I get around to it. So. Also, we might have a new healer in the terms of Cogsworth. If you see someone with like watches on their like arms and they're like a construct, that's him. He's rather cool.
There is not a single possible way the second I You're fine, Garrett.
It's yeah.
Constructs in the Healers Guild. Remember the thing that we were going to talk about like 5 minutes ago that you already
Anyway.
I've been busy all day.
I literally, throughout the entire event, was just taking it off. Because generally speaking, I'm supposed to portray the more calm, collected. I also mixed drinks too, but we didn't have any like.
Hello.
No, wait.
Nice to meet you.
Big. Very big.
Unfortunately,
Yes,
our maids are
Brutus is
quite
Brutus.
hardy, so fear not. You won't harm them.
Oh, no problem. That's good to hear.
Brutus has broken my wrist probably about 3 times now.
Well, you see, we're made of slightly sterner stuff, thankfully, so.
I'm sorry. Oh, pleasure meet.
It's times like these where it's just.
I am just a longsword, son of Moth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Brutus is Brutus.
Indeed, indeed. Well, Brutus, it is good to meet you. This is Mio. I am Callius. We are part of a maid cafe that is operating for a little bit before we can take ourselves back home. It is good to meet you, but I must continue the tour for these ones. So.
No problem. You enjoy your tour. Brutus is going to walk around.
So this is the... If the finger is going to follow, so we can hear this too. There he is. So this is the Mage's Tower, I believe, for the guild, or the head mages.
Yes.
Never been in it myself, but I've seen refs go in and out of there a number of times. Right over here is my favorite spot in Aather. It's a lovely spot to just kind of sit down and relax, rest for a little while. Continuing on over here, I believe this is the quartermaster that takes care of the grounds, or the groundskeeper part, not the quartermaster, the groundskeeper. Their links. And this is sigil for
Earth.
I was taught this. Yes, Earth. Thank you. Yes. I'm not quite sure what it's for. Nobody ever explained that to me, but it's here.
I don't know.
Any idea, Ku?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't come from here. I'm originally from the Everwilds, but also when I was taken from my home and brought here, I kind of just wandered about for a while, found my master, and eventually wound up here thanks to the gracious efforts of Serranus, so I quite owe him a lot. I don't know what this is for specifically. This might be one of the ritual sites to determine things, but if I had to guess, it's just a ritual site that just happens.
I'll ask Griff sometime. I'm sure he'll know. He seems to know these things. Continuing
People tend to be in a town, yes.
Electrical crystals hold electric power, so technically.
Hello.
It is so this. Oh, so this is used by the Frosians, yes?
Officially.
Not officially. Okay, I've seen them around at least a couple times or two. So I thought maybe perhaps. This is the market over here. You'll usually find any of the mercantile or scholarly types hanging around here, hawking their wares. If you ever need to buy anything, this is where to do so. Over here.
Hello. Are you, by chance, with the Mages Guild?
Yes, hello, Magi. See you again.
My servant here is looking to sign up to the Mages Guild.
Congratulations. I'm bringing some of my staff. Everyone, this is Toby, yes? If I remember correctly.
I
yes.
am Arcana.
Yes, Toby.
Hello.
This
Yeah.
is
Kane. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi. I'm Neo, but some of my coworkers call me Mo.
Nice to meet you, Mao.
over
Nice
there
to meet you
is
too.
Suo. This is Mutt. And you probably already know this one.
Yes. Hello again.
Wait, you were part of it the entire time?
What?
No,
No. Even though I would very much love to, I don't think that I am available for right now. I have my hands full with healing, obviously. But I do love the the uniforms. They are quite lovely. Are they handmade?
Many of them are, yes, or
You can tell.
or some are slightly more mass-produced for on occasion, but we try to make sure every maid's outfit is tailor-made.
Of course.
But this is the Mages Guild. This is where I found out my affinity. So you see there's also another one over there. Is the magical affinities that exist within Aether.
Yes.
If you ever wish to see what a person's magical aptitude is and what that means, the symbols here are the best way to ask.
Yes. As an example, I am
So if
I
I
am.
sit in that circle,
Arcana or arcane, right?
Oh god, the dog talks.
It's a familiar.
Yes, this is my familiar.
Did you not hear?
why is everyone horrified by that?
Oh no, this is immaculate. I always wanted to know what the dog.
Right at the center. If you think
He's dog.
I am going with the suspension of disbelief and let me have this moment.
To be fair, we also have a dinosaur who doesn't really.
by the ridges.
Yeah. In any context, to give an example, I myself am life and nature affinity. So my sigils are the two at the top there, above the middle bit. If you can kind of see from where we are standing.
I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to turn in for the day. I hope y'all have a good one. If y'all have any questions that I can possibly answer, I will do. But if you don't, then I'm going to head out.
Soul, parent, child, and expertise.
Yeah, specialization or expertise. And that is light, fire,
I think I'm gonna go
and
against
then
arcane.
arcane.
The
way it
and the
functions-
smaller circles more like
Take it easy.
magics or
The smallest circle is usually in.
to remember is that
Oh,
the one
yes,
that
of
looks
course.
like a
Thank you
tree
for
is
coming.
life. The one
I
that looks
hope
like
you
a
had a good
skull
time,
is
and
death.
maybe
That's the
we'll
top, that is
spend
the
a bit more
bottom.
time here. I don't know.
If you look at the
This is pretty
circle
cool.
like
We
this,
shall see. We shall see.
this one's on the top.
Anyway, but if you
that
must
one there is
know,
the
Be
bottom.
pleasant.
if
You're
you
on the
must
left, which is fire, and across
must know,
from
the
fire, well, not
circles don't necessarily
more to the
determine
fire is
rarity or
arcane.
things like that. It's just that
When it
each of
comes to
them
circle
are
levels,
different.
when you're soul, you can do everything technically.
So basically,
But more you
way it
stray
works for
away from soul, the weaker
this
your
This is actually
power
giving a great
gets.
lesson here. So
Or, but then if you're only light, you may only go to holy or fire and the specializations. Same it goes for any other. If you are only fire, you may only go down. You may never it's cascading levels.
I have heard
So
of
as
some
an
people being
example-
able to train in some of the other places, but it is not common.
It is not to train, it is to figure your way around it. For example, I am here.
Oh.
Ruin. I may use Ruin with paradoxical casting to cast Holy. Well, kind of like Holy. It's not exactly Holy. It's the absence of Holy invoking Holy through
Right.
of disorder, causing order, technically casting Holy.
Yeah, and for I guess for my example, I am nature and life, but if I wanted to cast growth for whatever reason, I could cast it through nature to be able to grow a plant using like the natural ability of the earth and whatnot. So rather flexible.
And you wanted to get into the guild. I will go get the book for that.
Yes.
So, Mio, to explain a little bit more for myself, for example, somebody who is capable of soul is capable of everything, capable of accessing any of the various affinities. Somebody who is capable of only growth
life.
over here.
No,
is,
no,
or sorry,
that
life.
that's
Sorry,
life.
growth.
That's growth.
Yes, that's life. Yes, my apologies. I always mix up the two. Yes, sorry. Life over here is capable of nature and of holy. If somebody is only capable of holy, they are only capable of the three specializations, which are mind, order, and lightning. Someone like myself, who is order, is only capable of using anything with this.
Yes,
The
unless
the farther out you go, the more specific you are.
yes.
But also, conversely, the more potent in a general sense your magic is because it is more specific.
There's also something called an affinity
Okay.
clash. An affinity clash is essentially if I am, for say, nature, I cannot have anything that is directly across. So anything that is that is blight, if I remember correctly. I cannot. No, decay is somewhere else. That's blight.
Yes. Decay is sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So I cannot, if I were to use nature magic, I cannot affect anything having to do with light magic, which in more cases will often cause an explosion of devastating proportions.
Ruth, do you want to take over for this one getting into guild, or do you want me to finish it?
I can help, of course. This one?
Well, I'm gonna go back to the library and dunk my head in some books. You have some fun.
Okay.
Enjoy.
If you'd be so kind as to follow me inside, we can get you all signed up on the paperwork.
So, for an example,
I didn't think all mages wore big pointy hats, but I'm starting to see a trend.
I'm not a mage. I'm a healer.
That one's broken. Someone broke the door. Use
I
the
see.
other one.
I didn't know there was a difference.
It's a slight difference. The difference being is that I can, while I do magical healing, my specifics allow me to do
some
more
people have
of...
multiple affinities. I think
Wait.
it's only ever known to have two maximum, correct? I think that's the
It
Two
is
maximum.
Actually, overall on the coin, as in the material plane, more common to have a single affinity. On the island, it seems the more rare kind is more often seen. So mono affinity is more rarer here, but it's the usual elsewhere. I have life and ruin, and I may cast a spell using both at once to achieve, for the fun of it, ruining someone's life. Get the joke,
That's
right?
funny. That's very hilarious.
But you may use just one or the other. The issue is when you try to match something that you don't have. Your magic might try to substitute for it, making the spell hard to cast.
Like, for example, if I, say, wanted to use nature or life or something, but I wanted to use something like decay over here, it would be very difficult for me to do so. So for someone in my case, it's actually sort of easier in the sense of, while life also can be given, life can be taken away. So I can technically take away life, thus causing decay.
Yes.
just have to be
An
careful
example,
to cause
though.
death.
Of course.
An example, though, I believe, of what Ku was describing before with a clash. You said that you were both life and ruin?
Yeah.
So, your ruin, I believe, would indeed clash with my order.
Yes, it would. It does not matter if you're within the specialty. Regardless of what specialty you're in, you fall into the child affinity. So regardless of if I'm one of the chaos ones and you're one of the holy ones, if it's still holy and chaos, we still clash. They share the affinity of child affinity.
So just as an example, Mio, if I was to create a small ball of energy of order magic, and this mage here was to also do the same with ruin, to come in contact, not going
Yes,
bad,
and it can even be, and it can even also be more esoteric than that, as I actually nearly caused an affinity clash one of my first days here. I was trying to heal someone in the Healers Guild when I had far less control of my magic, and someone was exuding death, and I just so happened to be casting life onto them because I had just learned the spell and was very excited. But it nearly caused it. Luckily, I was able to detect it, and while it did scare me and a lot of other people, nothing ended up happening where various injuries were costed. So,
Mage is higher up on the ranking of the Mages Guild. It's just their knowledge is rewarded by rank. So it goes from mundane to
acolyte.
No, not acolyte. I forget. God damn it. Novice. Some novices are capped. For example,
didn't actually see that.
Yes, it's okay. Some novices are capped because of their class, their specialty of fighting. Like fighters are not exact. They can't go to. It goes mundane, novice, adept, which you have to pass every time you go up. You take a kind of exam or test performed either by the masters of the guild or the magi, which are right above adepts. And then there's master, which is far harder than magi to achieve. And then anyone, which is very unlikely, would go from a master. There's the archmage, that's part of the archmage council, which is disconnected from this.
Those are beings far beyond most anyone you would meet.
Correct.
I mean, there might be some people who have the want to do that. It's the issue that most archmages, not most, all archmages have to have their magnum opus, be more powerful, more innovative, and stronger than the prior archmage.
All the archmages are fucking assholes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, very briefly to explain, because I don't think you were able to hear Mio, to go to the full gamut here. So, the middle is soul. This is the soul of magic itself. We'll start from the top here. So, we have life, which is a parent. So, if you have life, you can use anything of nature and holy. Over here is growth, then dark, then I believe death.
That's death, yes, because that's life, and that's the opposite.
Yep. And then over here is blight.
No, I thought that was blight. I thought that's decay. This is decay. Yeah, this is blight, decay.
Usually, most go across from each other are polar opposites. Light, dark,
growth, and
chaos.
Decay, yes.
Holy would make more sense for order, but that's the
semantics. Yes.
Life, death, nature, blight, growth, decay.
Yeah. So
those are all of the parents. Every single one of the parents is connected to two different children, which are, for example, holy, nature, earth, chaos,
blight, and
light,
fire.
and fire. And then every single one of those has a specialization of 3 different types around it. Don't comment until I go around because I want to see if I can get all of them.
I don't know all of them either, so.
Alright, so we have
What's a
lightning,
lemur?
order, mind,
Mm-hmm.
healing, not nature. It's water, and I always forget what the third one on nature is. I'll just skip that. For earth, it is metal, geomancy, and again, I always forget what the third one is on earth.
Protection.
For chaos.
Protection.
Oh, thank you.
Ah. What's the third
What
one
is
here,
What's
though?
the third one on nature? It's healing, water,
Creation.
Oh!
Thank you. For chaos, it is ruin, disorder, and corruption.
No.
Or order.
Yes.
Before. But yeah, sorry. Yeah,
No, you got it right. I'm stupid. I looked at it wrong.
Yes.
For blight,
So
poison, corruption, or not corruption.
Toxic?
Corrosion.
Oh, corrosion, yes.
Oh, is it toxic?
No, I think it's corrosion. No, corrosion is
And then I
corrosion.
always forget what the third one is.
If I remember, poison,
Corrosion,
disease, and rot.
Disease.
Oh,
Rot,
disease.
yes.
Oh,
Disease,
yes.
rot.
Right.
Fire is the strangest one.
Mm-hmm.
Fire has 2 that make sense, which are magma and heat.
Yes.
Which also heat is both thermomancy and cryomancy, so it's the inverse as well.
Yes.
And then it's arcane.
Yes. That's the one that always confused me as well. It's like, why is it there? It's very strange.
I think it's because it's the spark of magic.
But I thought that soul was the...
See, soul is the soul of magic. In other words, it's the totality. But this is the specification of the spark that lights the arcane. Like
Our master mate is a mono arcane, so he can
Ah,
probably explain
okay.
why it's under
Anyway,
fire.
yeah.
Yes. But yes, and then we go back to holy.
Yes.
People are asking why arcane's under fire.
There is a lot.
Yeah, it's quite extensive, but again, it allows for various actions and things to be pulled.
Why fire?
Why arcane is under fire.
Okay. So, first, the better question is, why is earth the opposite of fire, not water? Can you tell me that?
Doesn't dirt put out fire? Like you bury a fire?
No. Also, I'm at...
Oh. Well, they're not...
Because most of these sound like opposites, right? Life and death, chaos and holy, nature and light. So in what way are fire and earth opposite?
One produces light and the other one doesn't?
Kind of close. So fire is instantaneous, right? It happens and it's gone. If you were to make a firebolt, it goes, it does its thing, and it's done. Earth is slower, but it's persistent. It stays. Earth represents slow movement but everlasting change. Fire represents spontaneous but short-lived magic.
Okay.
Now, heat is the part of fire that represents change. Fire is change. Fire changes the world. Heat represents that. Magma represents the primal nature of fire. Fire is something that has always been around. It's always a part of life. That represents the primal.
Makes more sense.
Arcane represents the energy. Fire is, as I like to say, the child of light and decay. It is nature, the decay of light, the rapid use of energy. And so, arcane is the most distilled. If you were to refer to light as pure energy, this is distilled energy with all the added parts taken out, concentrated power. That is why arcane comes from fire.
It's almost like you took light, put it through a sieve, and you just got the powder of that. If you're making a cake.
Power.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I was making it in terms
The
of a
other
cake.
thing-
It's like if you sift flour
And
through something.
Yes, this gets into kind of advanced magic, but the words we use for each of the affinities aren't a perfect reflection of what that affinity actually is. The affinities were around long before the common tongue was. And so they are just the common words we use to describe them. But there are alternative uses. A fairly safe one to give is that an alternate meaning for the word in healing, the ancient arcanum for healing has another meaning, which is
Medic? Wasn't it? Wasn't it healing?
you know,
Medica?
you shouldn't say the ancient arcanum words because saying them invokes them.
I know. But Medic isn't that bad. Well,
Maybe
the
be careful.
primal nature of healing seems to be
The
potentially
primal nature,
problematic.
Healing includes evolution, differentiation, recombination, a
Well,
lot of
this is
things
what
that
we
you wouldn't.
discussed.
Yes.
This
And
is what we discussed with
so-
order.
Where is it going with this? Affinities do more than you might. There are hidden meanings that you learn when you advance very far into magic. Like a hidden meaning for arcane is key, K-E-Y. And so suddenly, if you use arcane for a very long time and you feel like you've fully expanded into it, when you start delving deeper into these affinities, you unlock more uses of them. Affinities are fun. You want to see a magic trick? Pick an affinity and say clockwise or counterclockwise.
An
One of these.
affinity?
Any of them.
Yeah,
So one of
any
them.
God, there's so.
Callie, good move.
Yes. Pardon me.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about arcane, so we can pick arcane, and then let's go clockwise.
Arcane, heat, fire, light, holy, lightning, order, mind, life, nature, water, creation, healing, growth, earth, stone, metal, protection, dark, chaos. Fuck chaos. I'm not even gonna bother reading that one. I know. Death. I dislike your bullshit, Stern. And so
I
on.
really enjoyed the one I brought the other day.
Death, blight, and then it's
excuses.
ooh, poison,
Yeah.
disease, rot, decay. Those are all the
And
affinities.
magma. You miss magma.
Oh yeah, I didn't go up to magma.
And all
When you advance in magic,
specialization of chaos.
you happen to have the time to learn these things.
Yeah, I almost.
It's
I haven't
fun.
even
There's
had
not
anywhere close
actually
to
that
your
many once you fail them down. Most
Yeah.
people don't bother with the specializations and they just think about the big ones, and so you've only got like 9.
If you're going counterclockwise, when would you say soul?
You just
or
say at the
end?
start of the back. It's circle. Falls in the middle. Ever since fucking Califax. Soul used to be over here, and it wasn't even in the fucking circle.
Yep.
And then Master Califax 5,000 years ago said, well, actually, soul mages are the best because I'm a soul mage and I say so. And then everyone fucking listened to him for some fucking reason.
It's also that he wrote the Unified Theory of Magic.
The Unified Theory of Magic, which is the basis of this form of the spell circle. There are alternate versions of it that orient themselves differently. This one
Did you see the
orients...
one that your and my apprentice have?
Hmm?
The cursed one with missing affinities.
Missing affinities?
I'm more worried about the Pandora's box that's been going around.
Oh, that. Oh, that's me and Emmy.
Yeah. Okay, I definitely went on more of a tangent than you asked, and I apologize for that. Who said? Oh, I thought you were getting attention. Does that answer your question?
I was just teaching this one how the affinities worked.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I went off.
You're good.
It's I mean, it answered the question that we had about the whole
Magic.
thing.
We have magic back at home.
Magic is fun.
Magic is rather uninteresting.
Are you able to use magic in alchemy?
Depends.
Magic and alchemy tend not to mix too well. You can. There are people who do it. They're typically insane.
What happened?
And you have to acknowledge that with alchemy, It's more of a you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Think of it.
This much of this much of this, this much of this makes this.
I think
when you introduce magic, inevitably there's going to be a little bit more randomness in it.
Yeah. I think the best. Yeah, I think the best way.
Alchemy can produce.
Yeah.
You can solution infinitely if you don't know what it does.
I think the best way to put it.
That makes sense.
I think the best way to put it is magic is like a canvas with paints. You can make any image or visualization that you want with all of the ingredients involved. The image that you want might not actually be the outcome of which it is portrayed or looked at upon others. Whereas with alchemy, it seems to be more of a precise science that requires many, many, many different things to go correctly in order for it to do it. If one thing is off, oftentimes you can get entirely different results. So, more of
different or weaker usually.
Yes and no. Sometimes it can be stronger, but that requires stronger, more expensive ingredients upon which some people cannot even acquire or have never seen in their lives. So.
Energy that keeps us going downwards. So if I change that and I do reverse feather fall,
great.
Ha!
It slowly starts going up.
Wow.
Cancel the spell.
I'm just gonna step out of the splash zone.
Oh, what? Oh, jeez.
She can fly also. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Aiming.
Example, Neo, that Rift and I discussed.
Mm-hmm. That's not really flying. It's more falling with style.
That would be quite convenient.
Is like you can't steal things, right?
I can fly, but I can't properly teleport.
But when you
My home was definitely teleporting, for
We have
example.
so many people pissing the fountain. I hate it.
I guarantee none of that will do so. I guarantee Mutt will, but I'll try.
Benny?
Apprentices
Oh,
of
my
mine,
familiar.
for example, have so much teleportation in the world, but no
Anyways,
flying.
An example is
I see.
I'm not going to attempt to do,
don't want
so
to do
we'll be
it.
very careful not to actually invoke
I
magic.
see.
But
I have quite particularly thin
it's the
muscles,
magic of
so
words.
walking for a long time even is a stress. So being able
So
to
if
fly
I was
seems like a dream to me.
say, explode, and I designated a point,
That
and
would
made
be
it
handy,
explode
though
because it is
that
now
requires
a rule
knowledge
that
of how to
explode.
float.
I
per se.
could create a explosion much like how Rift could make a fire
Life
or
and
an arcane
growth.
spell.
I
I am
can't do
not
fire.
an arcane, not fire. Sorry, an arcane
Well, I
spell
mean,
is what I was trying to say.
I mean, I can do fire, and I
Okay,
can
yeah,
do
but
light,
you're cheating.
and I can do nature and bees, and I can do lightning. I can do
Yes,
a
you're
lot,
cheating.
but I cheat.
That's he cheats. He has familiars.
Here's a riddle. How do I do all of that? I only have arcane.
Yes, he has familiars as the cheat code, which
Shut-
are Marty.
Ha ha ha.
I will put a mustache on you.
Yes.
No, you
But
won't.
also, kind of adjacent to magic, there is what I am.
Mustache.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Adjacent to magic is what I have. If you take his, say, order and apply it to his species, you kind of get me, if that makes sense.
If you consent.
Oh yeah, I can say.
Okay, fun little.
Yeah. Well, so
D20.
I'm not talking about the magic affinities of this. I'm talking more about Fae as a whole, what I am. Fae logic operates very much like how he just put it, in the sense of dealings and orders and contracts. I myself,
Most of it fades
yeah.
with the 15, but there is still a
I
mustache.
yeah.
Mustache.
I'll beat you yet.
My contracts are usually magically enforced with my own being and things, and I can take vague contracts and specifics and all sorts of stuff. And I guess
It's not a required.
I guess an
exactly.
easy example is one of the ways that Fae tends to go around things is, let's say for example, I ask for the sight of an unruly person, which you might think, oh, well then that means that I can get someone out of it for taking their sight temporarily. No. it would inquire that I take the entirety of someone's site in order to get what you want, usually an equal opportunity of some kind. So it's rather strange in the sense of how contracts work. They can be as esoteric or as specific as you want, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people tend to say that Fae themselves are a little bit tricksters, because sometimes people like to get what they want. But one thing that is always true also about Fae is that we can never lie. So the best way to know if someone is a Fae is to ask them directly, because one cannot lie and say no, that they are not a Fae, because, well, that goes against their entire being as being a Fae. So, but that's a whole separate issue entirely, and that has to do with more species, and not so much this. So.
It's the main thing to keep in mind, with magic, though, is it does count as an effort of sorts. You need to be very careful with its misuse or its overuse.
Yes.
The explosions that Ku mentioned is one, but there is something that happens when you use it way too much.
Mana
I
burn.
thankfully have not been here long enough to ever experience it, but yes.
I have.
Literal burns on your skin.
Yes. Yes, mana burn usually comes at the expense of someone overusing a specific type of magics. From what I have felt and from what I have studied in the Healers Guild halls, is one overusing their magical circuits within their bodies, and that basically causes a burnout. Probably the best way to put it is the best way to put it would be.
Rift, my boy. I was a brief moment of your time.
Yeah.
Just stand up. You get to stand up. I'm just asking confirmation.
I just stood up.
Anyway, the best way to, I think, put this would be if you take think of a lantern, like a standard oil lantern, and you have, say, a wick in that lantern. Mana burns happens when you overuse that wick within the lantern after the rest of the oil has seemingly gone away. It can cause different sorts of warping within the metals, and that warping metal and excess use of that causing it, that usually inquires mana burn. It's not one-to-one, and it affects people differently, but for me personally, luckily the scars have since gone away from here, but for me, mine tend to, from my fingertips all the way up through my arms, it kind of looks like a blackness growing from various locations. That's how I tend to know if I've started to overuse my mana burns. Yes, and if not treated properly and not quickly enough, they can leave permanent scarring and even causing death in certain cases, as well as what's it called? Limiting use of magics, if again overused. So.
The other thing that people tend to do excessively that Rift warned me about shortly after I...
All right. Good night.
Well, dear guest. This is something that Rift warned me about. While most mages have a fairly limited capability for power, capability does not mean intended. So the scarier parts of magic is not necessarily just what you are innately capable of, but what you could be capable of. As an example, my magic is about making laws, like I said, right? Or ordering something to happen. What if I was to order somebody to die?
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay.
Theoretically, it's possible.
I assume someone's probably getting thrown
But to do so would take so much magic as be far beyond anyone I can think of, besides maybe an archmage.
Yes. Similar for me, if I were to say grow a mighty oak tree or even something much, much bigger, and say make an entire forest appear due to nature, that would take an esoterically large number of mana that I myself would probably burn out long before any sorts of forest would come to fruition.
Sorry, I need to use Sebas Ravenwell. It's a pleasure.
Archmage gave you information about the island.
It was the Arcblade, not the Archmage.
Oh, the Defender. Okay.
Defender said that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna
healthy respect for it is
deal
good.
with my 2 students apparently
Now,
falling into a black hole.
I have a question for you.
Is there anything else you want to know from me?
What interests you about the magic?
A couple of things. I mean, you already mentioned earlier that Seraphim explode, but why do they explode? I mean, they're complete opposites, obviously, but why do they explode?
Ooh, can I answer this one?
There we go.
You can, but if there's anything more to add, I will add it after.
All right. Well, taking from what Rift said earlier, it's probably more esoteric to call them laws of nature. The best example I can think of off the top of my head is, say that you're standing in a hurricane, right? Does the wind care for the house of which it is built and blowing against? To which it knocks it down?
Not.
Yes. When laws of nature meet in one way or another, they do tend to kind of clash in that way. So, by way of, say, fire and earth, the basics of them clashing and exploding comes down to the fact of that they are opposite forms of nature. I guess earth would be, say, the house in this analogy, while fire would be, say, the wind. Explosion happens when the two laws try to intermingle and realize they cannot and repel each other in the opposite direction, causing the explosion. So probably more like magnets, I think. Exactly.
A smoother way to add on to how they've explained it is soul magic is raw mana, raw magic. Think of it like a light. When you break apart soul magic into something like life, you break apart an equal amount into death. For every action, there is a reaction. For every instance, there is a response. When you try to, and those things, they represent something. Life represents creation, and death represents uncreation.
Mage Isaac Eiton.
Isaac Eiton.
Yes.
If you try to combine the concept of creation and uncreation, it creates a... it's hard to conceive, and it's hard for magic to understand. And so it expedites, and the energies build off of each other. Mana exists in ley lines, and most magic pulls from these ley lines, or we are connected to the ley lines and it pulls from us, indirectly pulling from the ley lines. A affinity explosion is the forceful combination of two things that inherently repel each other. Fire is spontaneous, instantaneous energy. Earth is slow moving. They're opposites. Trying to force together would be a bit like
square peg, round hole.
I'm trying to think of no, there's a better way to explain this. I don't know, like Veni in a bath,
or oil and water.
Or oil and water.
Sure.
They repel, and if you force them together, they don't like it. There are rumors of attempts to combine opposites, but they never go well. I had an apprentice who was a soul mage who did something, and it, were she not on Aether, she would be dead.
Yes. Again.
So I don't advise it.
Yeah. Again, it's trying.
Thankfully, you can combine almost every affinity. You can do light and decay. You can do light and nature, and create all kinds of amazing effects. You don't even
Growth
have to
and
bother
holy.
looking into the
Yes.
specifics of
Yes.
this and that and the other thing.
So let me put down my book. So yeah, There you go. So these three over here. This one, this one, and this one, or basically all of fire. Let's
Heat,
do that.
yeah,
All
heat,
of
arcane,
fire.
and
Yes.
what was the last one?
Magma.
Magma. Okay.
Magma.
Cannot mix with anything from over here.
A good way to look at it is the actual arrangement of the planes. So the planes that we have, the spheres of existence, are all related to these affinities. However, the plane of, say, protection, a separate plane from this, it is a smaller plane within it. So this is different than this. These are all different planes, but these are kind of like very tiny little bubbles that fit within the bigger plane.
Houses,
So these are
rooms
parts
within a
of this.
house. But separate houses.
Otherwise, it would be really, really niche to run into the opposites.
Probably more houses within a town.
Important thing
Probably
to
a
know is
better
this.
analogy.
If you have, let's say you have two affinities. Let's say you have growth and you have death. Or nature and death is an easier one to describe. You cannot use blight magic. Even though you would normally be able to, because affinities trickle down. So if you have death, then you have chaos and you have corruption. But it will not trickle down in the event that it would allow you to use magic that also belongs to an opposite.
I think in the same vein, you would not be able to use life if you also had that. And
oh no, you wouldn't exist. You would die instantaneously if you had that. You would be a walking bomb that would constantly self-detonate until you cease to exist. I saw something like that once, and it was very quickly destroyed.
Yes. Again.
Just don't.
I mean,
the wand of unending ending.
Oh, I don't know. I've never had.
Weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
more questions.
Yeah,
Young mage.
I don't.
Everyone's been talking about 2, but what if you try mixing 3?
You can do it, yeah. If you have access
as long
to
as
them.
it's not opposites.
So long as they're not opposites, you can mix as many affinities as you want. And
Bet-
if you're doing a ritual, it is possible to mix opposite affinities in a ritual with a soul mage.
We did it a few days ago.
Yes.
That's more so if you're doing a ritual to, let's say, collect a bunch of energy to cast a spell. If you have a life mage and a death mage, normally they can't do a ritual together because conflicting magic will go boom, boom. However, if you have a soul mage, what they can do is they can kind of either keep the two affinities separate or combine them back into soul, into a raw energy.
Oh.
Yes. Again, we
And
had
so
that
soul mages
happen.
have
We had that happen earlier this week, I believe, where we were trying to get the shields and snow out of the place. So it's converting all of the magics of everyone just into raw energy to allow the island to continue to flourish.
Wait, Rift.
Yes.
The gentleman with the metal arm that was leading that ritual. What affinity is he?
Which one? There's a lot of gentlemen with metal arms.
The one
Do
who
you
was
have
leading
blonde hair or black hair?
The one with
who was
blonde.
leading the ritual
Yeah.
to clear the snow.
The pretty boy?
Yes.
Oh. Tempest is a bit of a interesting case. He is technically mind and decay. However, it's more like he is decay, I believe, and he is attuned to something that is giving him the mind affinity.
So how did he act as the conduit then?
I don't think that was the case.
He had a soul mage present who acting the conduit. He was
Yeah.
just
He was just the one leading. Yeah, he was just the one leading. He was not the one that was being the actual conduit.
Normally you have your soul mage in the center, but if you have a sufficiently advanced mage, they can have the conduit be on the outside and just channel the energy there and then back out in a different kind of magical spell formulation.
Which is what was happening that day. It was a rather fun thing to do.
The other really fun thing about magic that people don't talk about enough when getting into it is visualization. Did you get a chance to explain that?
No, I didn't get a chance to yet.
So, if I asked you to do magic and say move a leaf. How would you imagine doing that?
Well, actually, I guess I kind of did. But go ahead.
Yeah.
How would it move?
Yeah. How would you manipulate magic or mana to cause that effect? I'm gonna laugh. Don't know.
They went that way and around the corner. Last I saw. That was a while ago, though.
I don't know how magic was, but I would imagine a gust of wind or something blowing to move it. Something along those lines.
There's a question that has to be answered first as well, which is, what does mana and magic look like to you? When you close your eyes and you imagine how we talk about ley lines and magic and mana in the world, it's in you, it's around you. What do you see when you imagine it?
Oh.
Like the mana itself, right? The raw mana.
Just,
what does it look like?
yeah, visually.
There are no wrong answers. How you see it is how you see it.
It's kind of like it's not exactly a flame, but like a little energy that's just fluctuating. It's like not exactly a flame. It's
like a light.
Yeah, like a light. Like a moving piece of light. It's just fluctuating and it's moving left to right, and kind of almost like, you know how like when smoke goes on top of a candle? Something like that. But without the flame, obviously.
How would you tell the difference between the lights for different affinities?
It's kind of like the color, at least in how I would imagine it.
And if it was more or less mana, what would happen to the light?
More or less mana? It would kind of go back slowly back to white if you kept on adding more mana. How I think, something like that. Because the way how I'm imagining it is like each of these are like different colors in my head, with soul being like sheer white. When you pull out color, it takes its opposite color on the other side, because you said when you pull out one element, it also pulls out the other elements on the side too.
Yep.
So, like, colors. So it's probably not exactly, but like, which one was this one was life, or
This
was life?
This is life.
And then that one was death,
This
right?
is death. Yep.
So to me, I would see this is kind of like a green to me, but the other color, the opposite color to a green, is red. So I would see that kind of as a red. It could be absolutely any color, absolutely for sure, but that's how I see it.
So here's a little beautiful trick about magic. Magic responds to intent. Now what I mean by that is, if you try to cast a spell that would kill someone, it doesn't so much matter how you're going about it. The fact that you're trying to kill them is what's important, your intent. And so it doesn't matter if it's launching a massive boulder at them, casting some grand beam from the sky, or simply raising their temperature by 5 degrees. Even though there's a difference in how you perceive the mana and the complexity of each, what matters is the intent. To that extent, your visualization of the process matters, your internal concept of how you're doing these things, because if you see magic as light, then there are certain things that will be easy for you, certain things it'll be more challenging. It is very easy to imagine moving light around. And so mana transference becomes easy. It's easy to imagine taking some of your light and giving it to someone else. But it would be more challenging to imagine creating a wall out of raw light, or sending a message with light. It's certainly possible, but if you were to imagine magic as strings, then sending a message is easier, but giving someone it is a little bit more complicated. In that way, your visualization is unique to you. You have a similar one to my first apprentice, Alice, who is one of the magi here. She described it as light, and eventually her arcane focus became a lantern. Her visualization changed from light into mist. She saw all the affinities as different colored mists that she would collect into a large lantern, and as a soul mage, channel the different colors and emanate them out to cast spells. As mages advance and go on, their visualizations become more refined, and the way that they handle magic do too. The Archmage of Arcane, for arcane focus, has a pair of knitting needles, and she literally weaves the magic. I use a quill, and I see... Oh,
good, sorry.
Well, I wanted to jump in as well.
I see mana as a liquid and use it as ink, but then I see spells as written words, and so I'm able to fine-tune them and more specifically change other people's magic much easier.
And similarly to Rift, my magic is all about words. That is what words to me. But for me, instead of it being the ink and a quill, it is the lists of existence that I am affecting. What is, or what should be, and how it is going to be.
He's a lawyer.
And for a more esoteric example, you have myself. I see magic in everything, not just in people, but in the land, in the trees, in the world. Since I don't really worship, but I follow in a lot of the words of Mother Gaia, I see things such as fire being the light of the sun, to the nature being the blades of grass. So in doing so, and in channeling my own magics, I tend to use just the world around me. Not necessarily, say, a quill or some sort of word, but rather the air itself, as well as the ground and the various aspects of all of that.
I think the best example is there was a guy who used a fishing rod.
Ah.
You saw him casting a spell as fishing. You take a rod and you channel the right onto it for the spell you want. Then you cast the spell and you wait. And you wait. And you wait. At the right moment, you pull it. And to him, that worked. That was magic to him. That's how he saw it. Funny guy. In that way, visualization is important, and it helps you grow as a mage.
Yeah. It's a solid foundation upon which you can build a mighty castle.
Or fuck around with your friends.
That too.
Which is what he does.
It is also important to play with magic. And I know I'm very against a lot of the teaching that magic is to be sacred and used in high esteem. No, you have to play with it to learn. Obviously don't fuck around, but...
Respectfully.
It's like soccer or football. If you just play the game, then you'll only learn to use magic, use the ball in certain ways. But if you walk around with it, keep it a part of your everyday life, use it, dribble it, play with it, use it in unconventional ways, kick it on the wall and try to hit it with your head, do things that you wouldn't normally do, you learn more about it.
Yes.
You experiment, you have fun, you enjoy it. It's a part of your life, not just something you use.
As a personal example,
mages lose magic in everyday life.
As a very personal example, and recent one too, I have since started gardening in the Everwilds, mainly in the fact of I also make potions and things for myself. So gardening in the Everwilds amplifies a lot of my nature affinity, and has since allowed me to learn various interesting nature spells, and incorporating some of them into actually making healing magic spells, which is quite interesting. So.
Now, we have yapped for quite a while.
Yes, we have.
What do you think of this? Apologize.
Very interesting.
Way up.
I have definitely more questions, but I don't know if we have all the time in the world to do that, though.
I have a good bit of time left. Ask away.
I, for one, don't. I think that I will bid everyone adieu. I'm very tired. Good night, all.
Okay. Do wish
Good night.
Mommy Earth good night for me.
Did not expect that to turn into a frickin' hour-long conversation. That was awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This is why I love this entire thing. Oh, that Maid Cafe fucking turned around my whole day. I nearly fucking quit. I'm excited. Gonna get to post more content. Alright. And boop.